Can I tell them about the times you've made me mad?
You can tell them anything you want. Yes, yes, yes. Have you ever worked with someone and it was just an amazing experience? Like you met this person and you started working together and you can now say that they're genuinely not just your client, but your friend. And every time you work with them, every time you speak with them, it's just a bond, right? You just enjoy speaking with them. Have you ever worked with someone like that? Well, listen, I have been blessed to meet a phenomenal woman about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, somewhere within that mark. And we've worked together for a really, really long time. And I just love her. And she's not only my client, but this is the type of client that cares about you, right? Just as much as you care about them. So I am so excited to have her as a guest today on the Say Yes to Profits podcast. You're going to be able to meet this phenomenal woman, hear all about her business, and her journey working with us here at Say Yes to Profits. So you know what you need to do, right? You need to stay tuned. Welcome to the Say Yes to Profits show. I am Octavia Conner, a CFO who helps service-based entrepreneurs implement the financial systems, strategies, and solutions to increase cash flow, reduce taxes, generate wealth, and say yes to profits. Say Yes to Profits is a full-service accounting firm based in Atlanta, Georgia, but we service clients nationwide. Again, welcome to the Say Yes to Profits show. Hello, Profit Squad. Welcome back. I am Octavia Conner, your favorite fractional or virtual CFO. Listen, I'm so excited about today's episode. You all know that I love to make sure that we're totally transparent on here. I love to let you all see actual real results from people that I've connected with, people that I've worked with, and for you to hear their journey and their story as well. So I am super excited to bring this phenomenal woman to the podcast today. So without further ado, I am going to bring up the fabulous, beyond amazing Dr. Karen Townsend. Woo! Hi, Dr. Karen. Welcome to the Say Yes to Profits podcast.
Hi, Octavia. Thanks for having me.
Well, I am super excited to speak with you, Dr. Karen, as always. Like, I don't say this often, and honestly, I probably shouldn't say it at all, but like, you're one of my favorite, like downright favorite client. Like, I love your energy. I just love you. I love talking to you. Our journey has been amazing. So needless to say, I am excited to have you with us today.
Well, I'm excited to be on the show. And when you were doing the intro and you were asking the question, have you ever worked with someone and there's this love fest going on? I think that's what you were saying. I was like, yes, I work with someone and it's Octavia.
Yes. My entire team love you, Dr. Karen. Like, you're just a beautiful person. So I don't know if anyone has ever, given you your flowers in this way, but I just want you to know that you are an amazing person. We love you here at Say Yes to Profits. Like, literally, Angel just came in and was like, I love Dr. Karen. So just keep being you because you're absolutely amazing. Okay.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I really do.
No problem. If I could give you some virtual flowers, I would. So to start, Dr. Karen, I would love for you to introduce yourself. I talked about you, but they need to hear who the fabulous, beyond amazing Dr. Karen is. What is K Townsend Consulting? So if you could take a few moments and introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, thank you. I am Dr. Karen Townsend. I'm president and CEO of K Townsend Consulting, and we are an organizational development firm focused on helping leaders create inclusive environments and build high-performing teams. Because it's my belief when you do that, you are better equipped to meet the needs of your diverse colleagues and clients. And if you noticed, I said colleagues before clients. Organizations always talk about customer service, and I'm all for customer service. But I believe organizations have an obligation to first take care of their internal clients, which are their team members and coworkers. And if you take great care of them, then they will take care of your clients. And you're a perfect example, Octavia. You make it a priority to take care of your team. And as a result, your team takes care of people like me. So that's my philosophy as it relates to organizational development. I also do some specialized programs for executive women. I'm the host of the Sister to Sister Conference, which is an empowerment event for women that's hosted here in Dayton, Ohio, where I live. Last year, we celebrated our 30th anniversary, and we are one of the longest running women's events in the United States. So I'm really proud about that. So any way I can serve organizations and also serve women, that makes it a great day for me.
Yes, yes. Isn't she phenomenal? You all let me know in the comments. Isn't she amazing? And we're going to drop all of Dr. Karen's links in the comments as well. And then in the end, a banner will go across with her information too. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for that as well. And so, Dr. Karen, to shift the conversation a little bit, first, thank you for introducing yourself. And now, how did we meet? How did we become aware of each other?
Well, I feel like we've just known each other forever.
Doesn't it feel like that?
But I thought I might have to answer this question. So I was thinking, how did I meet Octavia? We actually met as a part of a mastermind group.
Mhm.
And it was several years ago. And at that time, we were just two business owners in the same mastermind group. But the more I got to know you and the services that you offered, it became clear to me that I needed what you had. So we went from being colleagues in a mastermind group to being sister friends to you being my CFO.
Yes, 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 yes. We actually ended up forming another mastermind group after that one mastermind group end as well. And then, like you said, we ended up working together. And from day one, I was like, "Oh, she's amazing, right?" And then when you reached out and wanted to work with me as your CFO, I felt so honored because, like, I don't know if you all are following Dr. Karen, but you all need to follow Dr. Karen. She is like amazing. She's a big deal, for real, for real. And I was just honored, that you decided, hey, let me reach out to Octavia and work with her as your CFO. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay. So what sparked the need to say, I need a CFO or, a high level accountant? Like, what challenges were you facing before we began to work together?
I came to the realization that I know how to do what I do. I know how to create content for professional development workshops. I know how to write articles. I know how to put together a keynote presentation. What I don't know how to do is the numbers part of my business. And I'm a firm believer in operating in your zone of genius. The numbers are not my zone of genius. So I recognized that I needed someone who had that level of expertise. And the someone that I selected was Octavia with Say Yes to Profits.
Thank you. Thank you. What made you say yes to working with me and the team here at Say Yes to Profits?
I just felt like I was struggling as it related to understanding the numbers, reconciling accounts, budgeting, forecasting. And I was at a point where it became crystal clear to me that I needed some support. There's a difference between sales and revenue. And if you don't understand the difference between sales and revenue, that ultimately will impact your cash flow. And I was trying to understand, well, I've sold this business and some people owe me money, but I didn't have systems in place to capture the financial spoils of the work I was doing. And that's something that Say Yes to Profits has helped me to do.
Okay. So walk us through our journey. As we mentioned, we've worked together, connected with each other, or have been connected for the last 5 years, right? So that's a long span of working with each other as, CFO and client. So walk through the journey of how we've helped you say yes to profits, how we've helped you increase cash flow, how we've helped you, I don't know, get your finances in order or reduce your taxes.
Can I tell them about the times you've made me mad?
You can tell them anything you want. Yes, yes, yes.
So, one of the first things we did together was to take a look at the services and programs that I offer. And I think a lot of times people offer a lot of things, but they may not be revenue generators. So, one of the hard lessons that you taught me was stop doing the things that aren't revenue generators, focus on the things that are, and raise your prices.
Mhm.
And sometimes that can be very scary to do. But you have been someone who lovingly has pushed me to do that, and also to not be afraid to think from a profit standpoint.
Yes.
Um, because profit is good.
Yes.
Profit is good. And also to not say net 60 or net 90, but say net 15. And the amazing thing is when you ask people to pay you and you put some expectations on that, amazingly, they will pay you. So that's been a part of our journey. The other thing is, which was very prickly and scary, is setting a budget for the year that was like good, better, best.
Yes.
And the best budget is scary, but it's amazing when you set the best budget, how you magically get there. And it's not magic, it really is meeting with you monthly at where we are and where we need to be. And then also, the thing that I appreciate is there have been months when my revenue is not where I wanted it to be based on the budget we set. But you are always encouraging and saying, this is just 1 month. Let's plan for the entire quarter. So all of those things have been a part of the journey and have been very helpful to me. And I appreciate you and the team.
Oh, I was taking a lot of notes on some things I want to deep dive into, but you mentioned so many things, Dr. Karen, and just thinking about your journey, it was so important, and it's so important for me as a CFO to all of our clients to make them aware is profit is how you keep score in business. Right. And so you can generate revenue, but if it doesn't transition to your bottom line and then transition to your bank account, you're really just spinning your wheels making money and your money is not working for you. And I
Mhm.
think that's what a lot of business owners are not clear about. They focus on the revenue, but yet if you earn X amount of dollars and you feel like that's a lot of money, but then you still feel broke and you
Mhm.
can't pay yourself a salary as a CEO, and you can't take that money and invest in the growth of your business, then you're really just earning money and the money is not helping you. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and so I just think that's so important. So you mentioned that. So I definitely want to say profit is how you keep score in business. And I remember us talking about your terms, your payment terms, and getting you to change them,
Mhm.
and understanding the type of clients that you work with, and making it mutually beneficial, not just for you to get more money faster or get your money faster, but also helping you to be able to have those conversations with them to show why it benefits everybody that we change these payment terms from 60, 40, 30 days to less than that, if at all
Mhm.
possible.
Right. Well, and I even found saying net 15 sometimes resulted in it being today,
Hmm.
like sending the invoice and a client calling and saying, can I give you my credit card right now?
Exactly.
Um, Absolutely.
But the thing is, a lot of times business owners don't even know or feel comfortable with asking. So remember, we had to kind of work through, not necessarily you feeling uncomfortable to ask, but just knowing it's okay to change your payment terms to something that's benefiting you, right?
Mhm.
Because while you're waiting on them to pay, you still have expenses that you are required to pay. So why not offer better payment terms? Because you just never know. You may even get someone that pays it all up front, but you will never know unless you ask.
Ask.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you mentioned something else. I love how when we talk about your good, better, best and your revenue goals, and you'll have a number, and then I'll have a number, and then I'll have a number, and then I kind of gently, at least I call it gently, you can tell them what you feel, but gently push you towards that number because I know you can do it. And then you do it.
Right. Well, my background is higher education, and I was forever saying to my colleagues, we have to expect more from our students because nobody rises to low expectations.
That's good.
Octavia has very high expectations, and her enthusiasm sometimes is what gets you over the hump because she believes in you when you may not believe in yourself. And then when it happens, it's like, oh my gosh, Octavia was right.
Yes. And then we have our
Yes.
money bell. Yes. 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 You know what that brings to mind? Sometimes you can't see the picture when you're the frame.
Mhm.
So then you work with someone that can see the picture, the frame, and everything else. Or how is that how they go? Picture when you're
Yeah.
the
You can't
okay.
see the picture when you're you're right. And I
Okay.
think because you work with so many different types of clients and you get to see all our numbers, not that you are breaching confidentiality at all, but you know what our worth is sometimes when we don't realize what our worth is.
Yeah. And I also feel like it's my job to push you gently, but push you because sometimes we need that push and we need to see like, man, she really believes I can do it, so let's make it happen. But then not only push you, then follow it up with, okay, this is how you make it happen, this is the number, this is
Mhm.
the goal, now let's break it down into these small achievable parts. Now all you got to do is do the work, put the actions in place, and then it's like, voila, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Yep. And then one more thing, and then we'll move on. The peak versus the slow seasons. I think it's so important for business owners to realize that no matter what you see on social media, it is not always going to be glitz, glamour, profit everywhere, money raining. Like it's not always going to be like that. But you have to set your business up in the peak times so that when those slow times happen, and listen, they happen to everyone. I don't care what they tell you online, okay? When they happen, you're prepared for it. So talk about that a little bit, how we prepared for it. Like talk through that a little bit.
Well, this is something that happened recently. One of the things that you encourage your clients to have is a financial peace account. So, this is above and beyond my operating account, my tax account, my business savings account. This is a separate account so that you can have financial peace. So, in the event of an emergency, you don't have to be afraid that you're not going to be able to do what you need to do financially. And I actually did have an emergency in the last month, and I was able to
Yep.
tap into my financial peace account to address that unexpected need. So I think that's a perfect example of how you think through everything that might happen in a business and you don't keep it to yourself. You share all of that with your clients so that we are prepared to meet all the needs of being a business owner.
Exactly, exactly. And it's so much financial confidence come from being prepared for the worst case scenario, knowing that we don't want emergencies and the worst case scenario to happen, but if they do, we have a reserve, we have the contingency plan, like we have these things in place to be okay and weather that storm and go through that storm and get to the other side and be like, I didn't like it, but I wasn't stressed, feeling like I was going to pull my hair out. I got through it. I learned a lesson from it, and I can keep going to the next thing.
So, one of the things that the kids say is if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly. Yes. Come on, Dr. Karen.
But to your credit, Octavia, for you, that's not a sound bite. It is, I'm going to help my clients get ready. And be prepared, because I had someone in my past life when I went through a challenging time, and their response was, well, this just shows you the holes that you have in your business. Like, that's what I need. That's not what I need to hear in this moment.
Nah.
But working with you is, okay, let's make sure we are funding this account. So in the event something happens, you're okay. So throughout the whole process, throughout the whole journey, you are helping your clients be prepared. Hopefully there's not a problem, but in the event there is a problem or a challenge or a need, you've prepared us for that. Not just saying you should have been ready, but you are helping us to be prepared.
Yeah. And it's an easy way to do that. Like, a lot of people think it has to be challenging to build, for example, a 6-month cash reserve or whatever that number is that you need, right? To feel financially confident and comfortable. But it's such an easy way to do it that we go through with our clients. And then, you watch the growth and you know that you are going to be okay if something happens. And that's what it's all about. That is a part of the true definition of saying yes to profits for my clients. That's how I feel. So yeah. Okay. So then Dr. Karen, let's shift a little bit and talk about how has this growth and overcoming these and building your business, how has that helped you? How has that impacted your life?
It has helped me to be more confident. I know that I have the ability to generate revenue. It's given me a level of peace to know that I can be a provider and a contributor to the bottom line, not only of my business, but to the needs of my family. And it's also helped me to share with others the benefits of having a CFO.
Yes.
I am a solo entrepreneur, and at the urging of Octavia, so that I would no longer be a bottleneck in my own business, to hire an assistant. And I was afraid in the past to do it because I didn't believe I had the revenue to support it. But working with Octavia and following her suggestions, I have the revenue to bring that person on. So that's been a benefit to me. That's been a part of my growth. But to also see the Say Yes to Profits team as my team members. And I get to be the talent. I get to be the person who goes in to do the work. And in the event there is a financial wrinkle and someone needs to have an important conversation with the client, because maybe they haven't met net 15 or net 30, I don't have to be the person to make the conversation. My Say Yes to Profit team members can handle that for me. So that's value added.
Yeah. And it gives you your time back. Like, I truly believe as business owners, we have to go from always working in the business to working on the business, and then also spending time on revenue generating activities. But in order to make that happen, you have to have the right support, the right systems, the right people in place. And that's one thing that we like to do for our clients. Like, if you hire us as your CFO firm, you're not getting people that are just, logging into QuickBooks. No, you're getting an entire team that is there for you, where we can help you get your time back so you can make more money. And then we're going to show you how to transition the money you're making into profits.
So did you read my notes? Because I was going to say something about that.
I didn't. Well, okay. So that takes us to my next question, right? And so my next question, Dr. Karen, is for anyone that is listening and they're contemplating on if they should work with Say Yes to Profits or not, like they're straddling the fence. What would you tell them?
I would say get off the fence. Don't straddle the fence. Make a decision that will serve your business. Working with Say Yes to Profits has been one of the best, if not the best, decisions I've made in my business. I have a team. It's not just Octavia, it's her entire team that is working with me to support the financial needs of my business, whether it's bookkeeping or accounting or reconciling my accounts, helping me to set a budget and anticipate revenue, and most importantly, to work towards being a profitable business. That's what I've been able to do with Say Yes to Profits. It's nothing I could have done on my own. I believe a lot of people think, well, I can have an accounting software program and I can do it on my own. Maybe you can do it on your own, but there's limitations to what you can do on your own. And the Say Yes to Profits team has allowed me to just grow exponentially. They're there to support me, to answer my questions, to stand in the gap when there's a financial issue that I don't understand, and be an advocate for me and my business.
Dr. Karen, for giving that insight into anyone that is thinking about working with us. So I would definitely encourage you, if you're watching this up until this point, you must be interested in some way and you must need some type of assistance. And we would love to at least speak with you. And so look at the link below, click the link in the description, and schedule your discovery session today. You will speak with me. We will talk about what's going on in your business and if we can help you. And then if we can't, maybe we can direct you to someone that can. But definitely schedule your free discovery session today by going to sayyes2profits.com/session. sayyes2profits.com/session. Now, Dr. Karen, in closing, could you please tell everyone how they can find out more about you and connect with you further?
I would encourage them to visit my website. It's drkarentownsend.com. There's a contact form, fill that out. We will respond to you at our first convenience. And I'm always looking to work with leaders. I'm always looking to work with executive women who understand the importance of building themselves. So often we focus only on our professional development, but I don't believe we can separate who we are as people. So if you're looking for a holistic approach to professional development, I would welcome the opportunity to work with you.
Yes. So everyone click Dr. Karen's links below and connect with her on social media, visit her website, chat with her, you all. She is beyond amazing. It's iron sharpens iron. And so she will definitely help you in your current endeavor. So definitely make sure that you connect with Dr. Karen, for sure. So any last minute thoughts or anything that you would like to share, Dr. Karen?
There's an old saying that he who hesitates is lost. Don't hesitate if you are looking for a CFO. Octavia and her team are ready, willing, and able to serve you, and it will be the best decision that you make in your business. I'm a living witness.
Yes, and we're 5. I don't know, Dr. Karen. I know we're 5 years at a minimum. I feel like we're teetering 6 or at 6. I don't remember. I have to look and see, but we are 5 years strong. And I definitely will say Dr. Karen is a phenomenal person. I don't think she would be here if she didn't feel the value of the service. So I encourage everyone to schedule your discovery session today so that we can chat. And Dr. Karen, thank you so very much. This is probably our maybe third video testimony, I think, somewhere around in there. So I'm going to
Well,
actually include the links below to some of our previous ones from a couple of years ago as well. So you all can see the journey and watch some of those previous videos. But Dr. Karen, thank you so very much for taking the time to meet with me today, for joining me on the Say Yes to Profits podcast.
you are very welcome. It was my honor to be your guest.
All right. All right. Well, definitely you all connect with Dr. Karen. And thank you for watching another episode. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. Click the links to connect with Dr. Karen. If you want to schedule a discovery session, click the link below or go to sayyes2profits.com to schedule that discovery session as well. And of course, as always, I am Octavia Conner. And until next time, say yes to profits, everyone. Toodles. Thank you for watching the Say Yes to Profits show. Make sure you download the resources given in this episode and follow me on Instagram at Octavia Conner CFO. And always remember, say yes to profit.